to take a moment and talk about expanding material that we might already have under our fingers and in our ears, so that we can find different shades and moods of related note combinations and melodies and bass lines. So you might recognize that this has the rhythmic template of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but melodically it's a little bit different. It's due to the fact that I'm starting at a different point in the scale. Now, if you watch the other Twinkle Twinkle harmonization video for two voices, we were in the key of A. So if we really look at what's happening, we're here at the 12th and 10th fret of the 5th and 2nd strings, and the voices split apart. So this octave reaches out, and we move to G sharp and E here. So we've leapt a 5th in the melody, and we've descended a half step in the bass. If I just take that much and start moving it, we've already got quite a different mood happening. Now the melody leaps up a whole step, and the bass has made this kind of 5th jump. Then each voice comes down a step. Now I'm going to guess, without knowing what you experience right now, that you're hearing this line before I play it, that you're able to hear that. Now right here, I'm guessing that you could anticipate that with your ear. Following the key of A down. So we've done all that in our stock opening position, but what if we started everything down the next scale step for each voice? So instead of A's and E's and G sharps, what if then we started on G sharp? So now the melody has to go up a 5th in the scale, so in the key of 3 sharps or the key of A, and the bass needs to go down, not just a half step, but to the next step in the scale. That's the descending A major scale. Half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole. So now starting on G sharp, melody has to go up a 5th, and the bass goes down a step. And now we leap up a 5th, and the melody goes up to its next step in the scale, and then they each come down a step in the scale. So the intervals don't stay the same. They conform to the major scale, or whatever scale we're working on as the parent scale, but I'm hoping that your ear's hearing what the inevitable next motif is going to be down in the scale, down the next steps of the scale. And what you'll find is, on the guitar, they become a way of moving. So it's this split. So prerequisites are you have to know the board well enough and know your scales well enough, know the note names, and know where they are on the board. It's a real fundamental part of this kind of playing. But then what can happen is you could craft an entire arrangement of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in another tonality. Pardon me. In this case, it would be a Phrygian. Phrygian tonality. Sounds much different than the major scale version, the major, or starting on the tonic. So we're starting the phrase on each successive scale step, and the melody's conforming to its pattern, which is up a fifth, up a step, doing these kinds of exercises for yourself, making them up and following the systematic flow of the scale will really help your ear and train your fingers to follow along. If you're wondering, for instance, how Bach got so much material out of simple motifs, he would make use of this same concept that I'm describing. In fact, if you look at the themes in his pieces at the beginning, you can move them through the scale and find that he's used those moved elements in other parts of the piece to create thematic unity. Also, he would do something like, instead of ascending a fifth, he might descend a fifth. So instead of up a fifth, up a step and back, down a fifth, down a step and back. Now there I left the key, but you get the idea. The themes become similar in rhythm and in contour, but can be inverted, played in I'm leaving the key. So there I'm improvising a tiny bit, just following my ear and that motif. So I hope this has given you something to start to think about. I hope I've explained it clearly enough. It's the kind of thing that you'll come to through experience of just taking the scale for yourself and starting to move to different parts of it while keeping the same interval structure. So if you have questions or comments, please let me know. And let me know also if you have ideas or suggestions for other topics that you'd like to see addressed. I appreciate your kind attention and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.